Looking for the best gaming projectors to take your setup to the next level? After hours of research and testing, we've narrowed it down to the top 3 gaming projectors that are sure to level up your gaming experience, whether you're on a budget or looking to go all out. Stick around till the end to see which one is the perfect fit for your gaming needs, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Let's dive in. Number 3. BenQ TH685P, Best Budget Gaming Projector. BenQ TH685P is one of the best gaming projectors you can get for under $800. This projector is packed with features that make it ideal for gamers who want to take their experience to the next level, especially if you're looking for something that handles both movies and games well. First off, brightness is a major strength. The BenQ TH685P cranks out 3,500 ANSI lumens, which means it's incredibly bright. Even in a room with ambient light, you'll get a crisp, vivid image. This is crucial if you don't always want to be gaming or watching movies in a pitch-black room. When you do dim the lights, the image quality gets even better, especially with its solid contrast and color accuracy. It handles HDR content surprisingly well for a 1080p projector, which is rare at this price point. I was particularly impressed with how it manages HDR without washing out details in darker scenes, which is something other projectors like the Optoma HD39 HDR struggle with. The HDR support here genuinely elevates the experience, making games and movies pop with more depth and realism. Now, what makes this projector stand out for gamers is its low input lag. At 8.4 milliseconds when running at 1080p at 120 Hz, it's practically perfect for fast-paced gaming. Whether you're into shooters or fighting games, the low latency ensures your reactions are translated almost instantly on screen. Even at 60 Hz, the lag is a respectable 16.4 milliseconds, making it one of the faster projectors in its class. Compare that to other projectors like the Epson Home Cinema 2250, which doesn't even support 4K input or high frame rates, and you can see why the BenQ TH685P edges out the competition when it comes to gaming performance. The 120Hz refresh rate is another feature that gamers will appreciate. If you've got one of the newer consoles, like a PS5 or Xbox Series X, or even a high-end gaming PC, you'll enjoy smoother gameplay at higher frame rates. The smoothness you get with this projector really enhances your experience, especially in fast-motion scenes where even a slight stutter could ruin the moment. When compared to other options, such as the Optoma GT1080 HDR, the BenQ TH685P also comes out ahead due to its better handling of HDR content while maintaining low input lag. The projector's design is practical too. It's light enough to move around if you need to, but also works great as a permanent fixture in a home setup. Setting it up is pretty straightforward, though the focus ring can be a bit stiff. It's not a big deal, and once you've got it dialed in, you're set. The zoom and vertical shift options make positioning easy, so you don't have to rely on keystone adjustments, which can sometimes introduce image artifacts. One downside is that the projector isn't smart. You won't find any built-in apps or streaming platforms, but honestly, I see that as a plus. Most projectors' smart systems are clunky and slow, so just use your own streaming stick and you'll avoid the hassle of poorly designed software. In terms of sound, the built-in speaker is surprisingly good for a projector. It's only 5 watts, but the sound quality is rich enough that you don't need external speakers for casual use. If you want something more immersive, there's a 3.5mm jack for external audio. You'll want that if you're looking to recreate a cinema-like experience. On the downside, the projector's fan can get loud, especially during longer gaming sessions or when you're pushing the brightness levels. Another issue is that some people might run into the rainbow effect. If you're not familiar, this happens on DLP projectors where red, green, and blue flashes sometimes appear on the screen. With the BenQ TH685P, it's more noticeable than on some other models. If you're sensitive to it, this could be a problem. However, not everyone notices these flashes, and for many, it won't even register. It's just something to be aware of. That being said, if the rainbow effect bothers you, other projectors like the Epson 2250, which doesn't use the DLP chip, might be a better fit, but then you'd be sacrificing that sweet HDR support and low input lag. Despite these minor issues, the BenQ TH685P stands out in its price range. This combination of brightness, HDR support, low input lag, and decent built-in sound make it an excellent choice for anyone looking to upgrade their gaming or home theater setup without breaking the bank. Sure, it's not perfect, the rainbow effect and fan noise might be bothersome for some, but for the price, it delivers a lot of value, especially if gaming performance is your top priority. Number 2. Epson ProCinema LS11000, Best Premium Gaming Projector. Epson ProCinema LS11000 is a laser-powered 4K projector that's squarely aimed at enthusiasts looking for that immersive large-screen gaming or movie experience. At a price tag of around $4,000, the question is, does it justify the price for your entertainment? Let's break it down. Now, for any serious gamer, response time and image clarity is key. The LS11000 packs some serious punch with its HDMI 2.1 inputs, which support 4K HDR at 120 frames per second. This is a major win for gamers with the latest consoles or high-end PCs, because you're going to get that smooth high frame rate experience, and Epson's rated input lag below 20 milliseconds is more than enough to keep you competitive in fast-paced games. But how does the picture look? That's the most important part, right? In short, it's impressive, but not without its caveats. With a rated brightness of 2500 lumens, it's bright enough for rooms with a bit of ambient light, but it's really going to shine, no pun intended, in a darker room. One of the most standout features here is the color accuracy. Thanks to Epson's 3 LCD tech, you get equal amounts of color and white lumens, meaning your games are going to look vibrant and natural. It really makes HDR content pop, though it's not as impressive as some higher-end projectors, like Sony's VPL VW325ES. Speaking of HDR, the LS11000 is compatible with HDR10, HDR10 Plus, and HLG content, and while it doesn't have dynamic tone mapping, its manual settings for HDR adjustments give you enough control to tweak things based on your preferences. The colors are natural, and while some may argue that native 4K projectors offer sharper images, Epson's pixel shifting tech is nearly indistinguishable from native 4K unless you're up close. It's definitely an upgrade from older Epson models like the 5050UB, offering a visibly sharper image. However, there are a couple of areas where the LS11000 might make you hesitate. First, the black levels and contrast are good, but not mind-blowing. In a direct comparison with DLP projectors like the Optoma UHZ50, the LS11000 has better contrast with deeper blacks and more depth, but falls short of higher-end competitors like Sony and JVC projectors. The dynamic contrast of 1,200,000 to 1 sounds impressive, but when compared to something like the JVC DLA RS1100, which offers better native contrast, the difference is noticeable in dark scenes. Another thing to consider is the build and features. This thing is big, about 28 pounds, and while it has a motorized lens shift, zoom, and focus, which makes setup easier, it's not as sleek as some DLP competitors. The fan noise is generally quiet, but it's noticeable in high-performance modes. It's not a deal breaker, but if you're sensitive to noise, it's something to think about. Now, compared to some of its competition in this price range, the LS11000 holds its own. Against the Optoma UHZ50, which is also laser-lit, the Epson wins in color accuracy and black levels, but the Optoma might have a slight edge in detail thanks to DLP's inherently sharper image quality. Meanwhile, if you're looking at spending a bit more for the Sony VPL VW325ES, you'll get slightly better native contrast and motion handling, but at a $6,000 plus price, that's quite a leap. All in all, the LS11000 is a fantastic projector for gamers who want vibrant colors, decent contrast, and future-proof 4K gaming features, all in a laser package that'll last up to 20,000 hours. However, for those looking for the absolute sharpest image and best black levels, you might find better, though more expensive, options elsewhere. Number 1. BenQ TK700 STI, our top choice. For our top pick, we've got a fan-favorite 4K gaming projector, the BenQ TK700 STI. The TK700 STI is decently priced with a lot to offer, including native 4K resolution and a high 3000 ANSI lumens brightness. It only supports a 10,000 to 1 contrast ratio, which is less than ideal, but color reproduction is still accurate, and it looks great in real-life usage. It's quite expensive compared to the almost identical BenQ TK700 model. However, the TK700 STI has a much shorter throw ratio at 6.6 feet for a 100-inch screen size, and it's a smart projector that features Android TV and can cast wirelessly without a dongle or HDMI port. The TK700 lacks this integral feature, which is why the TK700 STI is the better option. Furthermore, the TK700 STI is a great projector for gaming, as it supports 16 milliseconds input lag at 4K and 4 milliseconds input lag with a speedy 240Hz refresh rate at 1080p. This is more than capable of handling long NBA 2K sessions or quick Call of Duty matches. Adding on to the gaming features, the projector has 3 preset gaming modes: FPS, RPG, and Sports for fine-tuned visual fidelity and sound. To set up the projector, you can take advantage of the included features like the 2D keystone, 1.2x zoom, and corner fit correction. This will help you set up an image to suit different locations and room types. For everything the TK700 STI has to offer, there isn't much to knock it down. It's a capable performer in dark rooms as well as rooms with moderate ambient light. It can keep up with fast-moving content, and it excels when it comes to gaming. What's not to love? So, what do you think? Which of these is the best gaming projector for you? Or do you think another projector is better? Tell us in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Have an awesome day.